This is day 15 of sharing your CPS fail stories until something changes. Today's story is about a mom who would be easy to judge, but I want you guys to give her a lot of grace as she was trying to do the very best that she could in this situation. And I think this story does a really good job of illustrating how CPS sometimes just makes a bad situation even worse. So let's jump into it. It says, I have a bonus kiddo with an extensive history of trauma. We've been through years of therapy together, and unfortunately, they're still really struggling and deeply troubled. A couple of months ago, they had a violent episode and choked my husband, and then ran away to a friend's house and refused to come home. We found out that this friend's parents was using my child's first name to do online work, selling out of her house, which my child tested positive for after being there for 6 weeks, driving on a license that's suspended for a DUI, and that while in the person's care, they have been hospitalized for self-harm, have been failing all their classes at school, were suspended for a violent interaction with another student, and brought a toy to school. This other adult has blocked us on all forms of communication, has been openly hostile. After police and the court would not help us, because our child is a teen, out of desperation, we voluntarily placed them in CPS custody and asked CPS to place them somewhere safe and appropriate for a child in crisis. They turned around and gave our child to this adult as a kinship placement, with document evidence of all this in their hands. We have filed a grievance and have gotten an attorney and are currently working with our state's youth and family to try to undo this, but remain absolutely disgusted and impelled that they thought that this was in any way a fit home for a troubled teenager. I believe we could take custody back from them since it was turned over voluntarily, but our child still won't come home willingly because they are being allowed to do whatever they want there. The courts and police won't help us, and we have exhausted every form of therapy we have available to us to try to get help for this kiddo. And they still have behaviors that put their own and our family's safety at risk. So we need help, and we are at a loss as to how to get it. This is helping no one, though. It's heartbreaking and exhausting.